Hello there and welcome back to the channel. Now today's video is a bit of a PSA video if you are an O4 user, because unfortunately DJI appear to have done something a little bit dull. Now this video is as a result of some testing that I've been doing after getting feedback from a number of users that they were having problems flying DJI O4 with their ExpressLRS system, and specifically ExpressLRS 2.4. Now, as a result of this, I've been doing a bunch of testing and I've come across something that I hadn't spotted before with regards to the DJI Goggles 3, and that's what I'm going to tell you about today. Now, DJI, if you are watching, please do take the information I provide in this video and try and address this, because there is something a little bit silly that you have done, and I'm going to explain exactly what that is. Now, just to explain the background on this one, since the release of O4, a number of users have been reporting poor performance with ExpressLRS when used with O4. That poor performance might be signal dropouts, very poor range, or telemetry loss dropouts when using ExpressLRS with the O4 system. Now, since I started to see posts on this, I started to have a look into it, and I have actually discovered something on the DJI Goggles 3 that I hadn't spotted before that could actually be causing the issue. However, there is a bit more to this than just the DJI Goggles 3 causing the issue, because it seems whilst the DJI Goggles 3 are actually transmitting on 2.4 gigs all of the time, there is also a bug in ExpressLRS that if there was local interference, it may cause a problem with the ExpressLRS link. This is the pull request for the bug that is potentially causing the problem that people have been seeing when flying with O4. The bug is basically if there is a strong interference or noise around your transmitter module, that can cause a problem with the link and basically affect its stability. Now, that noise or interference might be the fact that these goggles are actually transmitting on the 2.4 gigs band, and I'll talk about that more in a minute when we take a look at that. But it's not, as I've said already, that transmitting in itself is the problem. It is the proximity of that to the transmitter that might be causing the issue. Now, this has actually been resolved and it is being merged as we speak into the maintenance builds. It's already in there. It's in 3.x.x maintenance. It's been in there as of 2 days ago. If you're having issues with O4 and ExpressLRS, I would strongly suggest flashing this to your transmitter module. You don't have to flash it to your receiver. You only need to do it on the transmitter and then see how you actually get on. As I have said, at this point in time, it is not 100% crystal clear that this is the issue, although early tests do look promising from people who have been affected. So if you are having an issue with ExpressLRS 2.4 gigs with DJI Goggles 3, and actually it's not specifically O4 when using Goggles 3, it is any ear unit when using Goggles 3, flash that maintenance build and see how you get on. Now, as for what the actual issue is with Goggles 3, well, it's not so much a problem, but DJI have left the lights on. And what I mean by that is the DJI Goggles 3 are actually transmitting on 2.4 gigahertz all of the time, even when they don't need to. Now, the reason why these goggles would transmit on 2.4 gigs is actually related to the DJI remote controller. With the release of Goggles 3, DJI actually did things a little bit differently with regards to their remotes. In the past, their remote controllers have always directly communicated with their ear units on 2.4 gigs. However, with the release of Goggles 3, DJI changed to using a new system where the remote communicates with the goggles and the goggles communicate with the ear unit or drone. The way this worked is the remote communicates with the goggles on 2.4 gigs, and then the goggles communicate with the drone on 5 gigs only. Regardless if you're using O3 or O4, the DJI Goggles 3 only communicate with the ear unit on 5 gigahertz. However, they communicate with the remote controller on 2.4 gigs. That 2.4 gigs communication between the goggles and the remote is bidirectional. The remote talks to the goggles and the goggles talk to the remote. And when you use the remote, there is a constant link transmitting on the 2.4 gigs band. Now that won't be a problem because if you're flying with this remote, you're not going to be using another system. The silly thing that DJI seem to have done is even when you do not use the DJI remote controller, there are always 3 carriers being transmitted on 2.4 gigs from the DJI Goggles 3. These 3 carriers are there regardless if you have this remote controller turned on or not, and that is what we believe is causing the interference with the ExpressLRS system. Don't get me wrong, that shouldn't affect ExpressLRS, as I have said already, and there is a bug fix that seems to be going to resolve this. The silly thing, though, is the fact that DJI have left the radio powered on the 2.4 gigs band, even when you're not using this remote controller. Now, just to show you this on my spectrum analyzer, at the moment, everything is powered off. What I'm going to do is power on just the DJI Goggles 3. At the moment, we are on the 2.4 gigs band. You can see nothing is showing up. So what I'm going to do is place my connection there, power the goggles on, and we will wait for them to boot. And what you will see is a few carriers appear. You get this little pulse of carriers first of all, and then it will settle down into the main carriers, which you can see there. Now, at the moment, you have 3 carriers showing on the screen, but it isn't actually 3. It's 1 carrier hopping between 3 frequencies. For instance, if we hop over to the IQ Power Spectrum view, here you can see it better. You can now see the single carrier is just pulsing between 3 separate positions. However, when we look at it on the spectrum view, due to the way I have this set up, it actually looks like 3 separate carriers. Now, this is transmitting all of the time as soon as you power up the DJI Goggles 3. We do not have the DJI remote powered on. We do not have the air side powered on either. When you power up the air side, nothing changes on this. It behaves exactly the same because these are carriers trying to communicate with the DJI remote controller. If I just power on the DJI remote, you will see it will then kick into its normal communication mode and it jumps into a more frequency hopping mode. It was still frequency hopping before, but you can see it's now a lot more visibly moving around in this view. If I go over to the IQ Power Spectrum again, you can see that carrier is now jumping around. If I put it into the waterfall view, you'd be able to see it in time as well, and that would be a bit easier to see. But the basics are, it's now connected to the remote as it normally would. If I just power the remote controller down, you will see that it's gone back to this singular pulsing carrier mode. What you might notice compared to earlier is whilst before it was 2 carriers down the bottom and 1 carrier at the top, it's now switched, and there's actually a reason for that. Before I powered up the remote, it was actually in the FCC mode. Now that I have powered up the remote, it's actually gone into CE mode, and it uses a different position of the carriers depending if you're in CE or FCC. So now you can see it's got the 2 carriers at the top, but it's still doing exactly the same thing. If I go to the IQ Power Spectrum, you can see it there in a bit more view. Now, as for what exact frequency these carriers are on, in FCC mode, you can see here it's on 2.401 for the first carrier, 2.404 for the second carrier, and 2.473 for the third carrier. It is obviously a different set of frequencies when in CE mode. There you can see we've got the 3 positions again. This time the frequencies are 2.404 is still there. We've then got 2.470 and the original 2.473. As for what effect these carriers would have on other RC systems, they actually sit either side of the usual band. So if I just bring in my ExpressLRS transmitter and power it on, you'll be able to see the carriers kick in for the ExpressLRS system. There you go. So you can see that the ExpressLRS carriers, which are full frequency hopping, are hopping all around the DJI carriers. There is some positions where they collide. There are absolutely times where a packet will collide depending on what mode you're in, but the majority of the packets don't. As you can see, it isn't the case that DJI is blanket pushing tons of noise or RF onto the 2.4 gigs bands. Their carriers are nice and clean. The issue is that you have a transmitter in such close proximity to your radio transmitter, coupled with that potential bug in ExpressLRS. In the end, there is zero good reason for DJI to be transmitting when you are not using their remote control system. As I've said, I've been doing a lot of testing around this, and I can confirm this affects both the DJI Goggles 3 as well as the new Goggles N3. Both of these work exactly the same with regards to how they communicate with the new DJI remotes. It does not affect Goggles 2, Goggles Integra. As I've said already, it is all modes on these goggles, whatever they're compatible with, and it doesn't even need to be powered on. The basics are, as soon as these goggles are turned on, they are transmitting those holding carriers on 2.4 gigs. So even if you are walking around a local flight area with these goggles on, you may cause a problem to other users, especially if it can affect the ExpressLRS system like we have found so far with that bug. Now, DJI, there is no good reason that these goggles transmit on 2.4 gigs when you are not using your remote controller. When this remote is powered off, it should not transmit on 2.4 gigs. For users who do not use your remote controller, we need this to not be transmitting, not causing interference on the band. You need to make a firmware change on both of these goggles to prevent this happening. I am also going to raise this on DJI forum with technical information so you can actually take that away and hopefully resolve this in a future firmware update. As I said earlier in the video, I'm not going to pretend that these carriers should cause the problems that users have seen. However, there is no need for them to be being transmitted in the first place when you are not using your remote controller. So, what do you need to do if you are flying O4? Well, the basics are, there's nothing here you can do other than, if you have problems with ExpressLRS, update to that maintenance branch. Unless we are on a new version where that's released. I will talk about that when that's happened. Today, the only way to do it is flash your transmitter with the maintenance branch, and that will solve it. I'm not aware of it affecting anything else. This is, as I've said already, largely a combination of two issues, but hopefully once that fix goes into the master release of ExpressLRS, that will become a non-issue. But DJI, turn off the radios when they're not in use. It is simply unnecessary and going to cause problems. Now, I hope you have found this video interesting. If you have, please do let me know down below. If you'd like to support the channel to allow me to keep making technical content like this, where we do the deep dives on this hardware, hopefully providing information that you can't get anywhere else, please do consider subscribing, but also check out the link to my Patreon as well as buy me a coffee. It is only through the support of my Patreons am I able to keep making content on this channel. And if you'd like to support us to allow us to keep making content in the future, the links are down below. I want to say a massive thank you to all of my Patreons. We would not be able to do this without your support. Anyway, that's it from me on this one. Look after yourselves, stay safe. I will speak to you soon.